Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headlines. Opposition announces today subversive plans in Venezuela. United States attacks PDVSA bonds to strike Venezuela financially. 13 million students return today to the schools. The Democratic Unity Opposition Coalition MUD confirmed that today they will announce a plan that aims to shorten President Nicolás Maduro's term. The MUD, comprised of nearly 30 political parties, did not accept the conditions approved by the National Electoral Council. During the second phase of the recall referendum activation process, the Electoral Board agreed to count the votes by region, as it was also done in the first phase, and was completely accepted by the MUD. The Electoral Council complied with the regulations established in the referendum law, approved in 2007 by the government and the opposition. This recall referendum could take place during the first trimester of 2017. The opposition must collect the signatures between October 26 and 28, which later will have to be validated by the National Electoral Council in order to convoke a referendum if the requirements are met. A governmental spokesman alerted yesterday that the United States Treasury Department prepares a new attack against Venezuela in October to strike the country financially. Freddy Bernal, one of the government's political promoter, explained that Washington, the risk assessor Standard & Poor's, intends to strike state oil company PDVSA's economic strength. Bernal alerted that Standard & Poor's will rank PDVSA as company in default so that the bonds fall and may be purchased at low prices. Obama's government hides that PDVSA is one of the 5 most powerful oil companies of the planet. The Algerian Minister of Energy, Noureddin Bouterfa, stated that the government of Algeria is willing to reduce in 500,000 barrels per day its oil production. The announcement was made a few hours before the informal meeting that will be held starting today in Algeria between the member countries of the OPEC and other giant oil companies outside the organization. The meeting will be held in the margins of the International Energy Forum that will end on Wednesday. Bouterfa hopes that a joint decision may be reached in the meeting, one that satisfies everyone, whether it's a freeze or reduction of crude oil production. He also expects an agreement on the time limits for its execution.
Venezuela in the news.
The most recent study of the polling firm Interlace, specialized agency in public opinion, concluded that 59% of the Venezuelans believe that there will not be a recall referendum this year. From that figure, 1/2 thinks that there will not be a recall referendum at all, this year nor the next. The report revealed that also 82% of the country's population approved the dialogue between the government and the opposition. Among the priorities in the dialogue, the study determined that 58% want the economic solutions to be discussed, while in regards with the referendum issue, it was approved by only 36% of the respondents. The national authorities announced for today the return of 13 million students of different levels with the beginning of the school year. The government informed that 4 million children will have guaranteed during the whole school year their meals in the school, a figure that before 1999 did not even reach 400,000 children. The government granted for free more than 9 million notebooks and will donate 20 million books to reach the goal of 120 million given this year. The provision of more than 300,000 Canaima computers was also announced to reach this year's goal of 5 million donated computers since the beginning of the project in 2009.
News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Headline. Opposition announces today subversive plans in Venezuela. United States attacks PDVSA bonds to strike Venezuela financially. 13 million students return today to the schools.
Venezuela in the news. News from the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
Visión comunal, en contacto con las comunidades.